1, 2, 3, go. Multitasking at its finest.
What is your name? Are you happy today?
I'm the leader of Project TaOm. I hope that everyone took away something from this trip. And I'm very satisfied that we managed to help the villagers a lot. We spent a lot of time in the villagers this trip. I think spent 3 times the amount of money on medications that we did compared to previous trips. A lot of the villagers came back to thank the doctors. You could see them very relieved. There was this one man who came back. He came with a back injury and then came back in the end of the day when we were closing our mobile clinic just to thank us because his back felt a lot better. So every little thing we do during this trip really means a lot to the villagers, even if it means just helping them be more comfortable for a day, for a week, or for a month. Because we can only do so much. We only carry acute medications, maybe a bit more chronic medications this year compared to previous years, but I mean, anything that helps their quality of life still means a lot to them. One of the most memorable things this trip was when we went back to SEAL school. Not just SEAL school, I mean TaOm. People remember us, people recognize us. And you go after kids going up to you, after 1 year they remember your name, which to me is insane because I don't think I can remember many of the Khmer names, and they are memorizing our names, they come up to us, they thank us. It shows how much they appreciate us, even though we do such little things for them. We only here for a short period of time, 2 weeks. Even for SEAL school, we go there once or twice every year. People remember us, they can write our names, they bought things for us, and they're so thankful for that short period of time we spend there. So it really means a lot that we can make a difference in these people's lives.
Hello, my name is Keegan, one of the co-leaders of Project TaOm and Botrong. What I wanted to achieve on this trip was that I was hoping you guys could not only learn about the medical knowledge that all the seniors or anyone else on this trip can provide, but also about the lives of the people here, the culture, and how people live their daily lives, just cycling in and out, working on the farms and all that. So yeah, I really do hope that you can take something away from this trip, having learned something about this. In terms of contributing back to the society, I hope that you kind of form meaningful relationships with the people here through your interactions, be it through your medical screening, mobile clinic, or just education. So that's what I hope that you guys can take from this.
So what do you do with the brushes today?
I taught the kids how to brush their teeth.
Okay.
And adults too.
Alright. How was it?
Really, really good. Oh my god, I'm itchy trying! I'm Sarah and I'm responsible for sponsorships.
My name is Sonali. I was in the publicity committee for this trip.
How did this trip challenge you?
I think this trip really pushed me out of my comfort zone. As even when I'm in Singapore, I'm usually in my aircon room. So coming on this trip and going to the villages, helping the villages through health screenings and mobile clinics was really fulfilling and meaningful, but also very busy and very hot. It was physically quite exhausting, but I had a lot of fun with everyone on this trip.
A challenge for me in this trip was to understand what was going on at every point of time, because mobile clinic and children education were pretty hectic. So being like the first time, I mean this is my first time being in overseas CIP, so it was a bit hard for me to get a grasp of like what is going on in every single moment. So that was a bit challenging, and having to adapt to any difficulties that arise during the trip was also one of the challenges.
And then I'm the physiotherapist for this group, and then I'm also in the publicity comms, so I take a lot of photos. And as a physiotherapist, I prescribe like exercises to the villagers. I would definitely be more grateful for everything that I have now. Back in Singapore, I have so much more than these villagers, and they are so thankful for what they have, or whatever little things they have. And then sometimes I take these things for granted, such as like proper sanitation and having a roof over my head and eating 3 meals a day. But these people, all they eat is like rice and vegetables, and so like they develop a lot of diseases, and then they don't shower every day, and then daily small things to them are like quite a struggle. And then also
I'm Cormac, I'm a 5th year medical student in UCD, and I'm doing adult education. Main takeaway is probably just that like there's so much we can do for the people here, and like as everyone was saying, not enough resources, but you can do a lot of small things for people that make a huge difference, and even just being there for people and then knowing that you're going to come back gives them a lot of comfort. So obviously the leaders, Dominic and Keegan, the doctors, Dr. Chong, Dr. Yu and Dr. Gong, because without them we couldn't have made as much impact. All the drivers that drove us around, helped us translate, translators of course, the children were and the adults so welcoming and very friendly with us, and just made the whole trip a lot more fun.
I'm a medical student from UCD, and in TaOm I was involved in the pharmacy as well, a few other people.
I'm Chloe. This is my third year on Project TaOm. This year I was in charge of clinical skills.
Sue inviting us to his daughter's birthday party. That was really fun because we got to party with local Cambodian people, playing their music and all. It was quite good. It was an interesting experience. Yeah. And they're so welcoming as well. They just opened up their arms, invited us to their home, partying with their neighbors and their family and their friends. It's great.
I think definitely that was one of the most memorable experiences for me, but another thing was when we were closing up the mobile clinic on the last day, we were all ready to go, and then one of the ladies came back and then she was like, I had this medication and it really helped, can I get some more for my daughter? And then she took it out and it was primrose oil. So it shows you like how much just like providing care and any form of help can provide like the placebo effect and comfort in that sense. So yeah, that was interesting. I believe we might have made a difference collectively as a project, but on an individual level, I feel like I'm still a long way from that.
Yeah. Hopefully they know that we're there to care for them. I keep repeating myself again and again, but same thing. Yeah. I don't think we would do much of a change in terms of their healthcare or their standard of living or anything, but at least hopefully we kind of touched their hearts a little bit.
Chia, Kean, and I run the pharmacy in Project TaOm.
Cool. Hi, I'm Nicole. Yeah, I am in charge of female hygiene.
Yeah. So, what are your main takeaways from this trip?
It was really fun actually to run the pharmacy. So if anyone's planning on running a pharmacy next year, you can look for me. Just kidding. But anyway, I think it was just a really good experience in general, like overall. Getting to go to the villages and seeing the living conditions and the quality of life that they go through every single day. And it's really nice to be able to apply whatever we kind of learned in med school, or like learn new things along the way, and help those that are in need.
What else question? Main takeaway.
Yeah, main takeaway.
My heart got a bit bigger. No, but I loved it so much, and I was really grateful to be able to do something, to not feel so helpless. Yeah.
Okay.
When we first visited the house, we were told that this guy had just been discharged from the hospital just a few days ago, but he had really bad fever and abdominal pain, and we couldn't figure out why until we saw the x-rays that he had gotten from the hospital, and we saw that he had really massive kidney stones, but the surgeons, instead of removing the kidney stones, they decided to put in a stent to block the ureter, which obviously wasn't what was needed for the patient, because the kidney stones were basically causing infection in the kidney, and that led to his fever and just putting him in a lot of pain basically. So that was quite unfortunate to see, because even though he had sought out medical care, it wasn't dealt with appropriately, and he wasted a lot of his family's hard-earned money on this medical care that didn't actually help him. So that's quite hard to watch.
It's just the more you think about it, you get more pissed off, because if he was in Singapore, he would be completely fine. He would have gotten his treatment, he would be healthy, he would have lived he would be living a long life. And it sucks that life is unfair.
To put things into perspective, they spend $1,000 and then to do nothing, and then 1 year they earn about 400 on a good year. So they spend
and also the surgery that he actually needed to remove the kidney stones actually only cost 600 USD. So he wasted so much money on something that he didn't need when he could actually have gotten what he needed for a lower price. It just doesn't make sense.
Thôi tạm biệt. Rồi. Hello. Tạm biệt. First time. First time. Bro. You can say first time. First time.
Second chance. So I believe that you and me should grab it while we can. Make it last forever and never get it back. Touch your hand, I'm loving where we're at.
Oh my god.
Because this moment's really going hand. Every day of our lives, find you there, hold on tight. Gonna run while we're young, keep it fast. Every day from right now, gonna use our voices to scream out loud. Take my hand, together we will celebrate. Oh, every day. Gotta run while we're young and keep the faith. Every day, from right now, gonna use our voices to scream out loud. Take my hand, together we will celebrate. Oh, every day we're taking it back and doing it here together. Never like now, stronger now than ever. Not gonna lose. That's how it's gonna be. Every day of our lives, wanna find you there, wanna hold on tight. We're gonna run while we're young and keep the faith. Sing that, sing that, sing that. The faith. Every day of our lives, wanna find you there, wanna hold on tight. Gotta run while we're young and keep the faith. Every day from right now. I thought you were clapping. Scream out loud, take my hand.
should totally record it.
I am.
On the way, I always try. You always sleep.
dental education with Kaining. My main takeaways on the trip is like, cause for the mobile clinic, I got to go to different roles like vitals, pharmacy, like I got to sit in for some physical examinations as well. So I feel that it allowed me to see the different parts of healthcare and how important it is for everyone to work as a multidisciplinary team, and how everyone's role in the healthcare industry is important to make sure that the patient gets optimal care. So a challenge I found was when handling the pharmacy, because there were so many different drugs and I wasn't very familiar with many of the drug names. So getting used to the drugs and knowing where they were placed proved to be of a challenge, and it showed that during the pharmacy we tried out different methods, and it really showed that teamwork really helps speed up things.
Hi, my name is Sean. I'm the Logistics IC for Project TaOm 2019.
Hi, my name is Cassandra and I'm in charge of child ed.
Hi, my name is Kaining. I was in charge of dental education.
Takeaways would be learning how to work as a team, providing the best of our abilities to those that are less fortunate, and trying to make a difference.
For me, the main takeaways of this trip would be, just as John said, cooperation between teammates and actually tolerance for each other. And I feel like being able to do that as a team really made an impact on me.
For me, the main takeaway is realizing that we're providing acute care, and it may not seem very significant, but actually it means a lot to them. So even though we're coming here for 2 weeks and it feels like we're putting in so much for like so little, but it's actually very meaningful.
For me, I think the most memorable moment would be returning back to the village and then the kids running up to you, remembering you. It's like some form of attachment in terms of connection. Mobile clinic, quite fun.
The most memorable moment for me would be actually doing physical examination for the first time, because I'm still a first year student and I learned a lot from the experience, and we actually got to interact with the patients and get to know more about their lives, not only their conditions.
For me, the most memorable moment was
there was this girl that I was quite attached to in TaOm, and I was never really a children kind of person, but like this girl like really warmed up to me, and I didn't think I would see her again because I thought I might be going to Brooklyn for children education instead, but I went to TaOm and I was there unloading things, and she ran up to me and gave me a hug, and she literally dragged me over to wherever she wanted, and it was really heartwarming. Like wow, she still like shows so much affection.
My name is Zhang Li. I'm one of the Year 4 medical students going to Year 5. My role was to do clinical teaching for the juniors.
My name is Emily. I finished third year of medicine going into my fourth year, and my role on this trip was in adult education.
And what experience challenged you guys, and why? What was one of the main highlights?
I think for me it was seeing the little girl with HIV. So she is 12, but she looks like she's like 8 or 9, and she was really skinny, skin to bones, and her BMI was probably around like 13 if I have to say, or 12. So she came in with diarrhea, which we wouldn't know whether it would be opportunistic infections or not. But she's said to be on the cryotherapy, so hopefully HIV is under control. But just to be able to see diseases in these kind of situations whereby in a first world country can easily be controlled, and where most people with HIV live as long a life as a normal person without HIV, it really puts into perspective the level of healthcare that is available in places like this.
I suppose one particular experience that stands out in my mind would be I was taking a history and talking to this gentleman who was in his 70s, and he had very high blood sugar. It was about 18 or 19, and he knew he was diabetic, but we were just chatting away about his diabetes, and I just got to learn how he doesn't have his own monitor. He has to travel 20 kilometers to test his blood, so he just doesn't end up testing it for months. He doesn't have the right medication because it's too expensive for him, and yeah, I guess he just kind of has to live every day with like his blood sugars that high, and feels very sick as a result of it. But because I have type 1 diabetes myself, that really just hit home, just the stark contrast between like what I have available for myself at home and how my health care is just so completely different from what he has here. So yeah, that was a real kind of, it really hit home that particular day, yeah. And it's the same for like nearly all of the patients out here.
My name is Zhu Xuan, and on this trip I'm the treasurer, so I take care of all the money and that stuff. Before I came, I was just wondering like how much I could actually help these villagers, given like our limited resources and all that. And well, when I came here, a lot of the villagers actually, they have quite not that major problems like backache So like, I guess the only thing that we can do for them would be a lot of pain relief. Yeah, and because they still need to work, and as long as they work, the pain is gonna continue. But yeah, then there are a few cases of like hypertension, and then cuts and stuff that we just clean up the wounds and all. Yeah, but I guess what I really like about this trip is the kids. They're so very, very cute. I remember like in TaOm, there was this little girl who went around hugging people and giving kisses, and also this little boy that just comes up to you and hug you and say thank you in English. It's so cute. Yeah, yeah, it's quite a fulfilling trip to see like the villagers and knowing that you can, well, even if the help is not very much, you can help them within the means that you have. Yeah. Bye. Jory, next year.
So I'm Sean. I'm one of the junior doctors that came along for this trip. It's my second time back in TaOm. I came as a medical student last year, and I thought that experience was very meaningful, which is why I decided to come back as a doctor this year. I think we all did, be it in a big way or a small way. I think regardless of whether you're involved in mobile clinic or whether you're involved in child education, women's education, I think whatever you've done here has definitely made a big impact on the lives of the people of TaOm and Botrong and other villages. Someone once told me that the way we change the world is through one small act of random kindness at a time. Some of you might feel that you didn't make a big difference because you all didn't like make direct medical decisions, things like that. But don't be disheartened, because I'm sure that the people of the villages are very appreciative of what you've done for them. Practicing medicine in a first world country versus practicing medicine in a third world country is really very different. Firstly, you don't have as much resources. Back in Singapore, you can really prescribe 5 different kinds of painkillers for a single patient. Whereas over here, I get scolded even for prescribing 2 due to the fact that we lack so many medications. Secondly, is the time that I can spend with each individual patient is very limited, because there's such a huge number of patients that we have to reach out to and just so little time. So I think these 2 aspects of the trip really challenged me in terms of the way I provide care for my patients here versus the way I provide care for patients in Singapore.